What's up, YouTube? This is Eric. Today, going to be doing a review on Darkside Megatron. So, yeah, here's Darkside Megatron along with the Darkside Optimus Prime, which I'm assuming is Nemesis Prime. They don't really say. So, I have him holding Shadow Commander's sword because Shadow Commander is holding another war sword. So, all right. So, let me get this guy out of the way real quick. Here's the box. In case you didn't see it last time, Darkside Optimus Prime, Darkside Megatron, they're looking at each other. I'm assuming they're fighting to see who's gonna run the Decepticons. I don't know what the deal is with that, but or how it fits in the story, any type of story. But there we go, Megatron and Optimus Prime, Darkside. So, alrighty then. And here's Darkside Megatron. As you can see, his color scheme is completely different from the regular War for Cybertron Megatron, who I took his missile out, so I don't like having missiles in the figures. But this one actually stays in without having to lock it in place. I thought it did, but it made a liar out of me. But anyway, he looks good with the missile anyway, so kind of differentiates the two. So his color scheme is mainly purple, and this is a metallic purple that's been painted. Some translucent orange, black, and dark gray. And that doesn't really sound like it goes together well, but it really works. Especially distinguishing this guy from this guy. They look like, two completely different characters. Which is why I'm just going to assume this is supposed to be Galvatron. It doesn't say he is Galvatron, but that's the only explanation I could think of. Especially since they call Nemesis Prime Darkside Optimus Prime, and it's obviously Nemesis Prime or Black Convoy, since it's Nemesis Prime because it's a Decepticon. So I have no idea what the names mean, but this is, for all intents and purposes, this is Galvatron. The really nifty little color scheme, and every flaw that you had with the original War for Cybertron Megatron is present with this, but every strength is also present. So let me get this, and this really is a good little alt mode. Doesn't really look, it's a Cybertronian tank, doesn't look like much, but I mean, it's Megatron, so you kind of let things go. He can also turn into a hover tank by just doing that, and looks like even less of any type of vehicle. But I guess that's the point of a Cybertronian mode. So we start off by taking the cannon off, and let's get these out of the way real quick. Alright, unpeg his feet. And he has a real simple transformation, which is one of the things I really like about this figure. I mean, I reviewed this mold already, and I gushed about it, and I'm probably going to do the same with this one, because, I mean, it's just a good mold. I really do like it. Alright, separate the shoulders here, and his head already came up. His head is usually down there, but it popped up. Get his chest shield out. Is it locked in place? There it is, it's locked. And his little hands from out of here. Hands can be a little bit of a problem if you don't have nails. Fortunately, I do have nails, so I can get them out, but yeah, that's really the only kind of gripe I have about it. And his hands are fixed, which they're in an okay position. I don't have too much of a gripe with that. Let's get this out of the way. I think that goes like that. And yeah, get this out, and there we go. Pretty much Darkside Megatron. Get his arms in place. And another problem that I kind of have with this mold, I don't know if it's because it's been used so many times or what, but I have a hard time getting this to stay on his arm. I mean, it pops off quite easily, and the missile just rolled out, which is okay. I don't need it anyway. But I have kind of a hard time getting that this to stay. It's not doing it now, but normally when I tap it, it'd go flying off. But here he is in his new colors, looking really, really awesome. Again, it seems more like a nod to Galvatron. But one thing that I have been noticing is since the animated repaint of Megatron, For some reason, they've been repainting Megatron into black and purple. Because they did it with animated, they've done it with this, and they've also done it with the Target exclusive Cyberverse Commander Megatron for the movie Dark of the Moon. So I don't know if this is a new trend they're trying to go with. You know, I don't particularly care for it. Only reason I got him was because, you know, he came with the set, and let me get his arms, and he could pass as a Galvatron kinda. So, but it is a good scheme. I like it. I love the use of the metallic paint. It really kind of makes it worth the money almost, because it doesn't feel like a toy. You know, it has the metallic, shiny surfaces on it. He has the orange light piping. Orange. It feels like he's almost emitting some type of light with all the translucent plastic they use with orange. So it looks good. I'm gonna quickly transform. Actually, before I do that, I'll just show you. This is Masterpiece Megatron's mace, and I did it with War for Cybertron. I'll do it with him. His mace actually fits like that, and you can have him hold it. If I can get it in his hands, he'll hold it. It's kind of got a finagle of chain in there. Let me get it. There we go. And there he is, holding a mace. Doesn't work well. Well, it looks okay with him. I rather it with the original Megatron, because it kind of matches his color scheme a little better. But I'm gonna go ahead and transform the original Megatron off screen. It'll seem like just like that to you, but to me it'll probably be a couple of minutes. So let me get it. Oh, and before I bring him out, let me. I forgot to do this. There we go. So now his transformation is complete, and here he is with the original War for Cybertron Megatron. So as you can see, the color schemes are very, very much so different. To where they do look like two different characters. I mean, it's just the head sculpt is so Megatron. You can't really imagine him as anyone else. But it's not too much of a stretch to call him Galvatron and that Megatron, since the color schemes are that different. So, yeah. And again, this guy looks better holding the mace than him. So, let's go ahead and take this off of him, because it's not, I don't really like him with it. So let me get you out of the way. So my thoughts on the figure. Oh, and real quick, let me get him with Darkside Prime. So personally, I don't think they look that good together. Mainly because I don't quite understand the relationship between the two. That might have something to do with it. I mean, Prime and Megatron will always look good together. Optimus Prime and Megatron. But Nemesis Prime and this cat, whoever this is supposed to be, I don't know their characteristics or anything. I mean, there's no history between the two, so I can't really say they look good together. Especially when the colors don't even sync up with each other. So, I mean, they're both good figures individually, but you know, I wouldn't go off and buy Megatron to display beside Nemesis Prime or the other way around. You know, it wouldn't have that effect on me. They do come in a double pack though, so you kind of have to get him. I think that the Nemesis Prime is probably the better figure between the two, basically because he has some type of characterization. I mean, he's the evil Prime, and you know, he's a different side. He's a Decepticon, not an Autobot. So, you know, that's another Decepticon to add to your War for Cybertron display. But this guy, I mean, unless we can all use our imagination and just pretend like they forgot to call him Galvatron, I really don't see much of a point in the figure. He does look damn good, though. Can't deny him that. But I personally, I had every intent on selling this guy as soon as I got the pack, but in person he looks just so good. I can't sell him. I want him, but had he not come in the pack, I wouldn't have got him. But you know, it's your call. He's a lot better than I thought he was gonna be. So yeah, I mean, I think the 2-pack is definitely worth it. I mean, Nemesis Prime is definitely worth it. He's really worth it. So can't go wrong. So anyway, I'll stop rambling. I like the 2-pack. I do highly recommend it. especially if you're a fan of the War for Cybertron line. So, yeah, that's about it. This will be my Galvatron, so I'm going to justify it. Alright, you guys. Peace.